Good morning, everyone. This is Cassandra Williams, and I am in South Carolina, close to Charleston. I'm about 50 some miles from I-95, where I'll turn south and head toward Florida on I-95. And right now I'm on 26. It's been 26 all the way from Johnson, probably Kingsport, Tennessee, all the way down through um, North Carolina and South Carolina. So I'm coming out of South Carolina in just a little while. But anyway, it's been a long night. I stayed in a little place called Clinton, South Carolina, and uh, you know, got there about 10 o'clock and I left there about 5. So it makes for a very long uh, time awake, it seems to me like anyway, but not much time sleeping. So yeah, right now I'm just kind of alive going down through, let me see, I'm in Calhoun County. I just crossed into Calhoun County in South Carolina. The speed limit is 70. I'm on 26, I think it is, Highway 26. I've got a little ways to go. So we'll see where we can go from here, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera around in just a little bit so I can, before you decide, get a Chevrolet over here at Fairleigh Chevrolet, Orangeburg. Got some people flying up behind me. Good morning, whoever's watching. Glad you're here. Wow, it's pretty out here. Though the sun's coming up, I'm going to turn the camera around if I can see how to go about doing that right now. Where's my rotation thing on here? Where the cow? Got to turn. There it is. There it is. Oh, wrong one. Hold on a minute. Back. There we go. And you're looking in front of me, and I'm heading south on 26, or at least probably east on 26. I'm going east on 26 right now, and I've got about 50 miles, less than 50 miles to intersection on Highway 95, where I will turn south and then drive out of South Carolina into Georgia and through all of that and down into Jacksonville, Florida, and then go to the west on, 10, I believe, and go out to Lake City, Florida, where my friend is in hospice care there at the VA facility in Lake City. I think she turned 80 or 81 yesterday, but she's tired, and she wanted me to come down and see her, and I know she's having a tough time right now. She's given up on life pretty much at this point. She's been fighting cancer for a number of months. Chemotherapy just extended her life a little bit, but she's pretty much tired. And so it's time for me to come down and visit with her. I can't stay the whole weekend or anything like that. All I can do is just stay a little bit today on Saturday, because I have to get back to Eastern Kentucky, back on Mudlick Road, where Monday we start our trans-terrorist training camp. Yes, we are going to have a trans training camp up there. Shoot, can't even talk this morning. Trans-terrorist training camp. Okay, there it is. Got it out. It's all in the day, a life in the day, or a day in the life of, Lord, I'm getting all tongue-tied, twisted up and everything else. I just took one of those 5-hour energy drinks. Phew. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to keep my eyes open. The speed limit is 70 down through here, but I'm going to tell you, there are places where if you don't go 100, you're not going anywhere. You'll get run over around here. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And I've never had this car up to 100 until this morning real early. Don't tell anybody. This thing flies. It's like, it's gone. And you don't even know it. That's the thing. I'm just going along thinking, maybe I'm doing 80 in a 70 zone, and it turns out I was doing 100 in a 70 zone. I'm like, holy cow, I gotta slow down. So, yeah. Calhoun County, South Carolina. There it is, folks. Here we are. Speed limit is 60 up here, though. So I have to slow down a little. I don't want to have to pay the local police departments any money. 95 miles to Charleston. Okay, I'm not going all the way that far down though. I'm gonna try to get by all these. Unless these people buy me though, I don't need to be blocking traffic. So I pulled into a gas station this morning, and there's this young man behind the counter. One of those Murphy oil stations. Murphy oil used to be part of Walmart. I don't know if they still are or not, but anyway, so I pulled in there and I just asked the guy who was doing everything, and just chatting just for a second as I was getting my Coke. And he said, so are you going to the local flea market today? To the flea market? And I said, no, I am going down into Florida. 6 hours to go yet. And then we talked for a second. He said, so are you from around here? And I said, no, I'm actually from up in a holler in eastern Kentucky. And he said, oh, wow, it's cold up in there. And I'm thinking, but it feels pretty cold down here, actually. It's as cold here as it is up there. It's probably colder. I don't know, but it feels colder down here than up there. But it's probably just because we're closer to the water. It just kind of makes you feel that way. But anyway, no, I think he was flirting. He wasn't just talking, he was flirting. He was trying to see what I was up to. So I was going to be around after he got off work, and I'm going, okay, guys. All right, you do you. I've got to go to Florida. So I find those conversations fascinating because they just happen out of the blue. You never really, I don't really expect them to happen or occur. I don't go out seeking those conversations, but I'm not averse to having those conversations. It's just I have no intention of going any further because I got other obligations and other things to do, and I have no interest in just having a fling immediate. And that's basically all that would amount to. I've got no interest in that. Shoot, I'm too old for that crap. Besides, this person looked like they were younger than my youngest child by a long shot. Oh my God, come on, grow up. Yeah. I think a lot of it is just people like that. Sometimes these people just fantasize about people like us, like me, and it's like, really? Come on. Just stop already. We're just like anybody else. Leave us alone. Let us live. Come on. But no. We're kind of stuck in this kind of their way of thinking. They think we fit into their mold in every darn thing, and we don't. Anyway, what do you think? I like that. The way the sun is rising there is to the east. Obviously, the speed limit is 60 here, but I'm going to drift over the other lane for a second. So, I'm looking east. So the sun will be rising in just a little while, probably in just a few more minutes, actually, because it's 7:17 Eastern time. I suspect if I ask Siri when is sunrise, it's going to be pretty darn close to where I'm at right now, the time-wise. 7:18. Hey Siri. Nope, can't get a hold of Siri. Not when I'm on doing a live streaming show. Apparently, Siri doesn't talk to me when I'm talking to you. Oh, come on. We've got to be able to have a conversation with Siri all at the same time, right? You can get Siri to tell you jokes, but Siri, the system that operates the Apple iPhone, that kind of is the communication part of it, I don't know if they've connected it to AI. They probably have. That guy's going fast, or that person's going fast on that thing right there. What's that? He's going to go right between all those trucks and cars. Oh, that was an accident about to happen. He's got a wide load right there. That would not have been a good thing to see. Person on a motorcycle running into this wide load in front of me, because he was definitely going between vehicles. Well, what do y'all want to talk about today? How's everybody doing? That 5-hour energy drink has got me wired just a little bit. At least my eyes are open. Don't know if anything else is going on in there, but hey, the lights are on. I know I'm kind of getting all jumbled up with everything. It's like, oh my God, come on, what am I doing here? I'm looking forward to seeing my daughters, though, over in Tuscaloosa. I noticed just a minute ago that both of them had left my daughter's home. Well, we have a Live 360. It tells us where we are. They know where I am, and I know where they are, basically. And it's kind of a safety feature for me. And they're the ones who told me, you got to get this on your phone. They said, you got to put that on there. We need to know that wherever you are, you're all right. And it's been a benefit, I'll tell you that right now. Because when I crashed up in Ohio, I did a spin out on a road, went through water and kind of hydroplaned through that water and go shroom. I hit the guardrail and it notified everybody. Cassandra was involved in a crash. She seems to be all right. Police have been notified. EMS has been notified. Yeah. So anyway, I noticed this morning that both of them had gone by or left. My one daughter's home was close to Tuscaloosa, and the other one had to drive by, which means that they're working today. They're probably going to the university. They have to go work. It's probably game day or something, so they're going there to work, I would guess. And I'm sure if I called them here in just a minute, it would be game day. And I don't know who Alabama's playing today, but it's a game day, no doubt. That means they'll work. It's an early game, so it's probably starting sometime this morning or early afternoon. They'll get home in the afternoon. Then tomorrow morning they'll have to go right back. One of them or the other will have to go back and finish cleaning up the campus there at the University of Alabama. Because when football season comes around at the University of Alabama, that place, you cannot move on that campus. So you can't get around. There's some tents everywhere, canopies everywhere, lounging stuff, and big TV systems all set up all over the darn campus everywhere. And I don't know who they're playing, but if they were playing Auburn, it would be like massive. There would be no moving around on that campus at all. So I don't know who they're playing today. I doubt that it's Auburn though, because I don't know if they play Auburn early in the morning. I think it's usually later in the day for logistical reasons with all the broadcasters. But no, I can't go around going saying, roll tide. It just depends. I can go roll tide, roll tide, roll tide, and then go Navy beat Army. Let's see, somebody made a comment up here. Let me see what they said. Junia says, great. Let's see, I have a similar problem with my car. Rides so nice you can't tell how fast you're going. That's why I use my cruise control. I do too, Junia, but I set my cruise control up and I go, that's not fast enough. Let's push the pedal down. I guess I'm an acceleration junkie, because you hit the sport mode on this car, it goes, you can feel it. And Alabama's playing Vanderbilt today at 2:30 p.m. Got it. So that's where my daughters are headed there for a game with Vanderbilt. I don't know if that's a huge game for Alabama or not. I don't know what their stats are. Actually, it's not into football. Not into that at all, hardly. The only game I'm into is Army Navy, and then I don't even actually know the stats on that. It's, you throw the stats out when it comes to Army Navy football because it just doesn't matter. The rivalry is so intense and has been for more than 150 years. So, anyway, driving through South Carolina, it's gorgeous out here. The sun's coming up. The sun's over on my left a little bit, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Riding, riding, riding. I don't know if that's is that a Western song? Like, ride, ride, ride. Okay, wait, Junior says, that's a huge game this year because Vanderbilt beat Alabama last year. Oh, 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 no doubt about it. Oh, goodness. Jeez. Well, go Alabama, you got to do it. Come on, roll tide, roll tide. We can't let Vandy take us down there in Alabama. Come on. 2:30. I'll be, 2:30. I'll be down in Lake City by then. So, I should be in Lake City before noon, I think, today, according to my GPS. So, the contrast from going out of the hollers of eastern Kentucky and the mountains are just abrupt and up and close together in the hills and in eastern Kentucky, right there in Pine County along the Tug River. The hills and the little mountains are pretty close to each other. And people live down in the valleys on the side of the hills, and your vision is limited to up and down the road, and then restricted to which mountain in front and mountain in the back, behind you, whatever. So your field of vision is pretty small. And right here, right now, what I'm looking at, I love this because I can see for miles. And there's no mountain that you have to look up. You go tilt your head up to see the top of it because it's right in front of you. And at my brother's home up there where I'm staying with him to help them out, it's a big tree fell across the road back in the spring. And I mean, it took out the power and all the communications and everything. It fell from the hill on the opposite side of the creek across the road, took out power lines into his yard. But the thing is, there's one more big tree up there that everyone notices because that tree, it is leaning. It's been leaning ever since I got there. And it's leaning out over that creek, and it's maybe 40 feet up this embankment. And if that tree falls, when you look up at that tree, you're literally having to tilt your head way back to see the top of it because it's over top of your head, leaning over the road if you're standing out anywhere in the front yard of that house. So when that thing comes down, it's going to cause a massive problem. And it's not on my brother's property. The power company's not interested in taking it down. And they just wait for it to fall. Then come and fix it. I don't quite understand. It's not preventive at all. It's like, oh, it fell. Okay, we'll fix it now. When they know that it's going to fall and they don't fix it. That's the part that is baffling. Why not plan ahead and anticipate these things? I don't know. Anybody got an idea as to why they do that? I don't have a clue. Really don't know. Oh my gosh. So I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do next week. I actually put that syllabus together, that training program for the trans-terrorist training. I've been trying to get all the people on the right to respond to. And they haven't at all. That thing, I posted videos, I posted all kinds of stuff about it. There's not a single soul over there who has responded in any kind of way about that. But on X, it seems like here lately, in the past several days, it's dramatically different right now because I have been able to post some video clips and it would do so really quickly, just short clips. But now it's taking hours. They've throttled mine down a lot. I haven't asked Grok, the AI system, what's going on yet. I'll do that when I get a chance. Say, hey Grok, or whatever you are. Why has it been slowed down, my ability to communicate on X? Why has it been slowed down? What's going on with that? It sure seems like it's been throttled back a little bit. I guess I'm so in your face. I do go after everybody, even Elon Musk, who owns the darn thing. He never responds, but it's still fun to do. I get all these bots that respond on his behalf, but it's not his behalf, it's just bots responding with his name attached to it. You just pretty much ignore them. But when he comments, you know it's him. I mean, he's going after Netflix like crazy now. And it's baffling to me, really, because all he's doing is he's finding everything he can to hurt his trans daughter. He's doing everything he possibly can to stab her in the back, to hurt her. It's deliberate. It's really just inhumane. He's going out of his way to hurt his trans daughter, to be cruel to his trans daughter. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand that kind of cruelty. You have to your own kids? You've got to be freaking kidding me. Now we're in Orangeburg County, South Carolina. So, can anybody tell me why he is so cruel to his trans daughter? The only reason he's going after all these people, all this stuff over on Netflix, where they do have characters and roles for people who are, and cartoon characters, and even real life movies, real life shows about people, and not a cartoon movie or anything like that, but just regular movies that have LGBT characters in them. And they're just going after it. He's going after all of it, talking about how bad it is and all this and all that. And I want to know why. People live. These are people's lives. People live like this. There are people in this country who are just like this. This is who they are. So why not let children who live in those families have that kind of representation and see that they are not a scourge on society, but rather they're just as valid and valued as anyone else? But no, you got all these people who are clamoring about transgenderism. Now, I can't stand that word. And transgender ideology. I can't stand that phrase either, because I don't know about you, I am not an ideology. I have ideological beliefs and things that I do support, that are ideologies to me. I know that. I try to keep it few and far between, though, because they're just generally irrational. I'm more into progressivism than I am conservatism, that's for sure. But that would be for social issues, societal issues. Fiscal issues, I'm pretty conservative, as long as you aren't hurting people. Which I guess it makes me less than more centrist on the fiscal side of things. Definitely not far right conservative fiscally, that is for sure, because people come first. For me, money doesn't come first. the people. And when Elon is attacking his trans daughter, that just tells me that all he's interested in is just cruelty, just hurting her, being a butt to her, to show her that he can manipulate the world that she is part of. And he's doing it deliberately, just to harm her. And she's got to be one heck of a strong person to be able to put up with the wealthiest person in the world as your dad, who is doing everything in his power to hurt you, to hurt his child. How hurtful can that be? I mean, I can't even imagine doing that to a child of mine. No, I'm not going to go out here and throw arrows at my child because of who they are or how they love or what they think or what they believe. Not at all. They're entitled to believe what they want and to live their lives as they choose. That's the way they were raised. But Elon is just totally flipped out of his mind over the fact that he has a trans daughter, and so he's trying to prove to the world that I don't support this stuff. I'm going to just attack it all. I got the power and the money to do it, and I am going to make it happen. So he riles up all of these people against Netflix over movies that are just representative of society. Movies and cartoons. All I can do is shake my head. Got all that money, all that power, all that influence, and all he wants to do is be cruel to his daughter. That's baffling to me. There is no humanity in that. It's just anger and cruelty. So I hope that Vivian Wilson, his daughter, is actually surrounded by a lot of strong, supportive, and encouraging people. Because she needs it. I don't know the first thing about what she believes, how she thinks, or anything like that. All I know is that her dad has made her the brunt of all of his anger and hatred. It's really just disgusting to me. Now, I do support Elon on a lot of other things. Going to the moon, getting bases on the moon, developing her technologies there, going to Mars, making ourselves multiplanetary. Those things we have to have. We've got to have those things because that will help us solve problems here on Earth. Because it forces us to pursue new sciences and new technologies that can be beneficial here. As we develop those new sciences and technologies to get to those places and live sustainably there, then we can use that technology and science to help humanity here too. As long as we don't blow ourselves up here first. Turning a little bit more, I'm going southeast, according to my compass in my mirror. Southeast. Orangeburg and Santee. Somewhere up through here we'll be turning to I-95 south. I think we probably still have 30 miles to go, maybe 20 or 30, something like that. Maybe less. I've been talking for a while. Been talking for 28, almost 30 minutes. So, yeah, we could be about 20 miles away, more or less. All right, folks, here we are. So I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have a good plan for the day. And I do thank you, Jenny, for being on here, just kind of hanging out while I'm driving down I-26 through South Carolina. Santee, 301 North, okay. I don't have the cruise control set here right now, but I wonder if I can call my kids real quick. I don't know. I think I did. I took a call yesterday, I think, while I was doing one of these live streaming shows. Bowman, 8 miles. Charleston, 66. Oh, wow. So if we do have people like Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, and anybody else from any of those 3-letter agencies in there who have decided that they needed to follow me to make sure that my satirical representation of trans terrorism is actually what I'm saying it is. Well, hang out, just be here. We'll show you how to make one of those apple stack cakes, Irma's burgers, and we'll show you all of that kind of stuff. We'll show you how to do it. That's what we're going to be doing in the training camp next week. You'll learn all about making sure that mom and sister and brother get all the medicines they're supposed to have morning and evening, and and check my mom's vitals, make sure that her oxygen level is above 90, about 92 to 96. Her oxygen level tends to be higher than mine here lately. But anyway, so we'll do all of that next week, as part of this trans-terrorist training program. And then for the 3-letter agency people that want to show up out there, we can have some negotiations out on the front porch. There's some rocking chairs out there on the front porch. And we can just sit there and do some rocking chair negotiations over what it means to be a trans person in America these days, and how we're training our trans terrorists to take care of their families and make sure they're confident in who they are and able to go talk to the greeter at Walmart just as easily as anyone else. Say hi and bye and all that kind of thing. And most of the time they have a tendency to flirt with a trans woman, which is, just play along with it. Might as well. Just play along with it. Homestead Road, Bowman, 1 mile. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to do a lot of that kind of thing. There'll be a lot of some sweet tea negotiations out there, some marshmallow fire roasting negotiations, and I don't know if I'm going to do it really live or not like that, but it's definitely something I'm going to be talking about just because it is so comical. And part of that whole process of the rocking chair negotiation is on occasion we may have to use the phrase that everybody down here in the South knows. It's bless your little heart, in order to avoid sounding really rude and crude. Otherwise, I could just come right out and say, oh, yeah, no. Oh, my gosh. Well, definitely the sun has come up. It is 7:41 a.m. Eastern Time. And there's a farm over on my right side. I'm pretty sure there's some swampy land around here too. It says the speed limit is 70, but I'm doing almost 80 and I can't even. I'm hoping that this is what 70 is supposed to feel like, maybe, but it's just going right along. Hey, it's 7 miles to I-95. Look at there. We are zooming right along, heading east on 26, soon to be going south on 95. Then it'll be 95 all the way through Georgia. Go through Georgia, and got Georgia on my mind all the way down through Georgia, and then cross over into Florida to Jacksonville, and go I-10 over towards Lake City and the VA facility over there. They know I'm coming down. Patient advocate, patient experience person, and I have been talking for the past several days. She's really good, my friend. Has been for 20 years. They've been good friends for a long time. The patient advocate there has been at the Lake City VA has been exceptional. The VA there has been really exceptional, from what I understand. Taking care of my friend there, and Tracy has made sure of that too, and been the person who steps between uh, Bobby and the rest of what's going on for her care there at the VA. And so what Bobby has told me is that they've been really good to her. I'm sure that it's probably different right now because for the past several weeks, she has been sedated pretty much and just losing energy and not, just giving up on life and everything else. And everything aggravates her, according to Tracy. That's understandable too, So I want to make sure that I'm there for her. She sees that, and that she can finally kind of rest in that, because I have the feeling that's what this is all about. I did tell her a long time ago, I said, "No, look, you can't do anything. You can't plan on leaving. You can't do anything like that. So I've got to come down and see you first." So she's been waiting. And sadly, I think that we may be at that place. So let's see, what did you say, Junia? Junia. I can't really see what's on the screen there, Junia. Anyway, it says, I was raised by conservative parents, but while I was in the Navy and Ronald Reagan was president during that time, and seeing all of the corruption that was connected to conservatism. Yeah. It's, that's true. There was a lot of it back then. I served in the Navy too and the Marine Corps during Reagan's time, and as well as Jimmy Carter's. I enlisted while Jimmy Carter was president. And so, yeah, there was a lot of craziness going on back then, but I do remember when I was a freshman plebe at the Naval Academy, we marched in President Reagan's inauguration. But all that was just walking down Pennsylvania Avenue in the middle of the street. And that's just, you can see him as you walk by, and that was it. It's as close as I ever got to Ronald Reagan. So I guess there was a lot that went on. Learned a lot in those early days. Back in those days, I was much more conservative, actually. I was raised in a conservative environment too. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Judy. I get it. I really hate that. That's I don't understand parents who treat their kids like that. Even though my mom doesn't really accept me for who I am, I don't care that she doesn't. But she hasn't mistreated me or tried to find ways to be cruel. And I'm sorry you went through those things with your father. I can't really focus too much on that. What you're reading is real small print on my phone. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. I don't understand where that comes from. 1 mile to I-95 south, folks. I-95A towards Savannah. dokie. Taking exit 169A, South 95 to Savannah. Well, I'm not on I-95 yet. I got to get over there on it. Okay, let's see what it's going to tell me. How many miles do I have to spend on I-95? In other words, how many miles is it to I-10? 227 miles. Got it. Now we know how long we stay on I-95. I want to pick up my speed a little bit, y'all. I got people running around over me. Let me take off here so I can get around this. Well, okay then. Zipping away. I need to push my phone up just a little bit so that it's focused better in front of me. Great American Truck Stop. I wonder what that is, huh? Oh, full buffet. See, what is it? I don't know. What's the name? The Great American Truck Stop. That must be the name. I-95. I have literally been from one end of I-95 to the other, except for the lower portion of Florida. Lower portion. Anything below Orlando in Florida. From there on up, all the way up. Yeah, all the way up. I think it goes all the way up into Maine. Yeah, I'm trying to watch out for all those crazies out there. Yeah, you're right. I got somebody flying by me now. I'm doing 80. It's a little overcast today. I thought it was going to be a little bit sunnier. Maybe that was up in Clinton, South Carolina. It says Savannah is 2 miles. That would be Savannah, Georgia. I have a niece who lives in Savannah, but she's not there this weekend. She is actually with her mom out in near Nashville, Tennessee, where she lives. My sister, another sister. Geez, I'm doing 78 right at the moment, and they're still driving by me like I'm sitting still. Let's see how fast they're going. And they're only doing like 82, 83 maybe. Yeah, 82 or 83 depends. Well, y'all, hope you're having a good one. There's so much we can talk about, just different things that come up all the time. The stuff going on over in Portland, Oregon, I haven't seen the news today. there's so much, there's so many stories where people are being, um, the news is bad everywhere, depending on your perspective. You got people on the right clamoring for uh, forceful interjection of our military into the streets of America to try to quell all of the lawlessness, as they put it. And then you got others out there saying you shouldn't have all that stuff out here, do all that to try to force enforce the laws. It's a state thing and not a federal thing. Uh, so I've been asking a lot of people over on Twitter, so can you define for me what are the characteristics in your understanding, without mentioning any kind of names or anything like that, can you define what fascism looks like? Go look it up if you have to. Go check it out, dig it up. Go ask your AI systems and say, hey, what are the characteristics of fascism? Based on, analyze the past, historical, you can say analyze the historical record and determine what the primary character, the top 10 characteristics of fascism are, something like that. So that's how I would approach it. I would go over to Gemini or go over to Grok on X or OpenAI or different ones and go ask and say, hey, look, can you identify, based on historical analysis, the top 10 characteristics that lead a nation or a people to fascism? It's a process, it's not an immediate thing. You don't immediately become murderous thugs. It's a process to get you there. So that's how I would approach it if I were going to ask. And I've done these things before, so I like to kind of look and see what's going on with that. So, excuse me. So I just asked that, questions. And then ask, can you identify, can you, let me see, you have to phrase it. Phrases the question along the way that in the direction you want it to be. You have to frame the question in such a way that your biases don't come through. Yeah, I see that too. Jenny says she has another day, goes by that some guy's not tried to hit on me. Guys are just crazy. That's what I've discovered. Goes in here. Anyway, I don't know. Just me and Junior have a conversation. Okay. So, yeah, why is that? Why do these guys hit on women all the time? Don't they have any kind of decency or respect, or they just feel entitled to do that? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. This road sounds funny. That's the road too. It's the pavement. It's got a buzzing sound. It's kind of a little different. I'm doing 80 right now. Let's see what this traffic's doing. It's coming up behind me here. No, they're not going much faster than me. They're just barely drifting along, really. I'm doing 80, and they're probably doing 83 or 82. For those of you who have just dropped in or dropping in at some point, whenever, this is I-95. Probably 80 some miles from Savannah, Georgia. I'm still in South Carolina. State 95 the way. I will turn west on Interstate 10. You ever been across Interstate 10 all the way across? I have. It's interesting. There are places on Interstate 10 where you really feel like you're, a long time ago when I did it with family, we were traveling west on 10 and in Louisiana, and off the road, needed to get some gas, and it said, we're traveling west, so we get off of an exit, and then it said, turn left and go like a mile or two to find the gas station, but the road turned to gravel, and there was swamp on either side of that gravel road, and we looked at each other in the car and we go, no, I think we'll just go ahead and continue on this road, go a few more miles to find another gas station. I'm not taking my family on some gravel road in Louisiana with swamp all around. And Deliverance had just come out. No, we're not doing that. But there's a more interesting road too that goes across part of the West, and that would be 8. It's Highway 8. That you pick up 8 somewhere down in, I think it's like in El Paso, somewhere in El Paso, and it goes across New Mexico, and it goes right along the border. And I've been out that road too, and I drove like 140 some miles, I believe, is how long that road was. It went across the southern part of New Mexico, just right along the border. And I didn't see the first person running out of Mexico into the U.S. I didn't see it. They may have been in hiding, but I didn't see them. And I didn't see much traffic either on that road. And there was some traffic, but not. I mean, it was minor. But it's still a fascinating route because you got to see. You drove right along. There are places where you drove near the border fence, whatever that might be, or a wall section, or whatever. It's fascinating. Well, I'm going to have to get off here for a second. I'm going to have to go over here to go to the bathroom. Kennedy's, exit 68. That's where I am right now. I'll talk with y'all a little bit later. Bye-bye.